Well, this is a topic near and dear to our hearts. And the question is camp for you? And Danielle and I feel like camp is really for everyone. This isn't working. What do I point it to? No, it's not. What's the secret? Oh, there. There's one. It keeps going back. There we go. Okay, we feel like camp is for everyone. But it can be very daunting if you have never been to camp, if you've never been away from your family, if the only people who have changed your dressings are your family. It can be kind of a scary thought. So I was going to talk about some of the things that some of the campers have questioned me about. If you are going to go by yourself, and if you are going to fly alone, which you don't have, some parents take their kids to camp, some fly out with them and then go home. But if you are flying alone and you've never done it, if you're 11 and under, the airlines have escorts for you, but also that your family can get a gate pass, the staff gets gate passes, and you will not be left to walk around the airport by yourself with all your paraphernalia. So it really isn't a scary prospect. We meet you at the gate. All the camps do this, and we're going to talk about all the camps, the summer camps as well as the winter camps. The biggest question the kids have is, who is going to change my dressings? And so many of you, it's been your parents all your life, and will there be people at camp who can do this? All of the camps, except for one, the EB Survivor Camp, have medical staff there, and they have physicians, they have EB nurses. Most of the staff at the camp are very good at changing dressings. They'll do it just like you want them to do it. So it's not something that you really have to be concerned about, but I know it is a big concern. Some people wonder about the food. There's a big variety of food at camp, and some of the camps, like Camp Spirit, do make their own food so we can fix what you like to eat and the consistencies that you like. We talked about the medical staff. There's medical staff at Camp Discovery and Camp Spirit and Camp Wonder. Camp Wonder does allow parents to come and do dressing changes if you really think you need to do that. Will I have to bring all my supplies, meds, and drip fees? Yes, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And will I be able to participate in all the activities? Danielle and I put together a handout which we will have available to anyone who's interested in any of the camps. And we list maybe not all of the activities, but most of them. And I think it's nice to look them over, see what you enjoy doing. There may be a few things that you don't feel comfortable doing. You don't have to do it. The camps, the summer camps and the winter camps are a little different. The summer camps encompass all serious skin diseases. And that would be Camp Wonder and Camp Discovery. Camp Spirit and EB Survivor Camp are only for EB. So I don't know if that's an issue for you. It doesn't need to be. It also doesn't matter. You can go to both all the camps. The age ranges vary, and we have that on our handout. So if you're interested in camps, you can look at the handout and pick one up at the National Rehab Table, and so look and see where you would fit in. And then we talked a little bit about parent involvement. At the EB Survivor Camp, which is a ski camp in Utah, they do want caregivers there because there is no medical staff, so you would be doing all the dressing changes and the care. The distance may be an issue. I mean, if you're living in New York, you probably aren't going to pick a camp in California, but you can look and see where they all are. And the cost, they're all free. All the summer camps are free. They cover airfare at Camp Spirit. It's free to the campers. We have scholarships for airfare if needed. And EB Survivor Camp, they pay for the skiing, the lodging, the food. Maybe they may have money for airfare, but it's not completely covered. The camps vary in duration. The summer camps are a week long. Camp Spirit is 5 days, which it also includes travel time, and Survivor Camp in Utah is 3 days. Large versus small, the summer camps are big because they cover all skin diseases, so they may have 60, maybe even 80 campers, whereas the winter camps, because they're just EB, are smaller. Camp Spirit is mainly recessive dystrophic EB, and Survivor Camp is all kinds of EB. Do the counselors also have serious skin conditions? At most of the camps they do. We were very fortunate to have Michelle Hall, stand up Michelle, at Camp Spirit last year, and I think it's important that the staff can relate to the kids and understand what you all are dealing with. And Michelle was just a fabulous role model. And then it's not a summer versus winter. You can go to all of them if you want. And then the activities, again, take a look, see what interests you. Now, supplies. This is really important. Most of the camps are in small towns. They're not going to be all the supplies that you want available. And the pharmacies may not have the liquid pediatric medications, so you have to bring all your meds. They obviously aren't going to have the specialized dressings, so it's important to bring those. And they may not have all the typical feeds that you use. You do want to bring your pumps. You certainly want to bring the power cord and battery charger. And if you have a collapsible IV pole, they're good to bring. You don't have to bring a big, huge IV pole. We get very creative about how we hang feeds, but definitely all the medications. What are the goals of camp? Well, the friendships that are made there are lifelong. And the thing that's so neat for me to see is how the kids all keep in touch throughout the year. And so it's a wonderful support system that you can build. There's a lot of sharing and learning from others, not just in techniques and dressings and medical things, but also in how do you deal with this in the lunchroom, and how there's a lot of talking that goes on that's so valuable. The thing I love about them is that the focus is on abilities, not disabilities. And maybe we use some adaptive equipment, but there are lots and lots of things you can do that you've probably been told, oh no, you can't do that, you're gonna hurt yourself. But at camp, you get to do it. And so you get to experience things that you don't normally experience. We really work on independence, encouraging self-direction. It's very empowering when you realize that you can go off and you can tell people how to help you. You can advocate for yourself, and it's very maturing and empowering for the kids to be able to see that they can do that. And then, above all, we want them to have fun, and it's really fun. So I'm going to turn it over to Danielle, who's going to talk a little bit more specifically about the different camps.
Kaycie just touched on some of the various things that happen at camps, but I'm going to go in a little bit more detail and kind of just touch on it because we don't have a lot of time. Camp Spirit is the camp that Kaycie is the director for, and that camp is just for children with recessive dystrophic EB. And typically it's a smaller camp, takes around maybe 10 campers, will that still be 10? Anywhere 9 years old to 18 years old. They're independently, they travel there. Parents may get them on the airplane at one end, but all of us will meet them at the destination in Denver, which is very good, and we all get them on the planes when they're returning home. The activities they have a chance to do are skiing. They have a chance to do dog sled rides. They go snowmobiling, magic shows. Marshmallows, games, other various activities that the children get to participate in. But I think more so that small group, the children just get a chance to talk and get to spend time with each other. The camp is free. There are some scholarship funds for airfare if needed. Parents do not accompany, and I know just from a chance to go to other camps, that's always a concern. I think it's the first time you're letting your child go that, but it really was a good independent opportunity for the kids to be able to share in doing dressing changes, giving us information on what they need and how to do them. The staff there is medical doctors, EB nurses and physicians, PTs, and really a lot of people that are involved with the Denver Children's EB Clinic. So wonderful opportunity for the campers. Probably the key thing when we left camp this year, we received a message from one of the boys who attended, and he sent us all a message after telling us that it really was a life-changing experience for him, and that was really touching, and just because he learned so much from the other children that were there. EB Survivor Camp, it's sponsored by US EB, and that's United Survivors with EB. It's for individuals of all ages, but in all types of EB, located in Park City, Utah. They're skiing, camaraderie, they do some other activities, talent shows, and various things. The cost is usually they cover the cost of lodging and food, and you might have to assist with just your travel getting there, but there's sometimes some scholarships available. Caregivers need to accompany the camper, and that's key to remember, because there is no full-time staff that is there. Anybody under the age of 18 would need a guardian or parent to accompany them. Camp Discovery. Actually, Camp Discovery is through the American Academy of Dermatology. There are 6 locations throughout the country, 2 in Minnesota, 1 in Texas. I get to leave Sunday for a week of camp to volunteer there. And there is another in Connecticut and 1 in Washington. Those locations are throughout the camp. That camp is also free. Various activities, fishing, boating, crafts, swimming, just a lot of opportunity. There are all types of skin conditions that attend, so it is not just for EB, but it's all types of skin conditions. With those, parents also do not accompany the children there, and there is medical staff, doctors, dermatologists, residents that assist with dressings when needed, but really a lot of fun. The kids have a great time, and many of the, you see them year in year attend again. Camp Wonder is held in Livermore, California. And that camp is sponsored by the Children's Skin Disease Foundation, and that the activities there also are swimming, boating, horseback riding, sharing they have skit night, they have talent show. There's lots of familiar faces I've had a chance to see there. And some of the campers end up, as they're older, they have an opportunity to be counselors at the camp, which is nice. So they get to be role models as they get older and come back and help. That cost also is free, and airfare is included with that. Parents have the opportunity at times, for those with EB, that they are able to come back and assist with dressing changes if need be. The staff is a full-time medical staff, full group of dermatology nurses, residents also are there, and they will assist with dressing changes and also in the med shed to assist. This is a few pictures. Camp was a few weeks ago, so a few pictures to share from that. We do have some information on the various camps at the National Rehab table, and have a handout that has everything listed all together. Kaycie will be around the next 3 days. Please feel free to stop by, ask us any questions, pick up a handout about camp. At this point, we're probably almost getting done, and camps will be completed for the year by the end of August, but there's always next year. We're happy to share any information we've had, and just my experience, I've attended a few of them and had the chance to volunteer. So we're happy to give any input we can, and Michelle will be here also, and I'm sure she can offer it from another perspective. So thank you very much.